You're on FlowFM's The Sports Fix. Time to check in with Court from the Breaky Flow.
All aboard the Sports Express, your ticket to sporting news.
So currently investigators are having a look and trying to find out exactly what happened with Tiger Woods' car crash, which is, normal operation for authorities after a crash. But they seem to believe, this is according to a forensic car accident expert. So whether or not he's involved in the investigation, I'd imagine not, because they wouldn't be able to report on that yet. But he seems to believe that Tiger Woods may have fallen asleep at the wheel. Of course, given his history, there's definitely been whispers that he was under the influence, perhaps. Why didn't they drug and alcohol test him when they took him to hospital, all that kind of thing. But it looks like, according to this expert, a classic case of falling asleep behind the wheel because the road curves and his vehicle was going straight. In other news this morning, in AFL, there's a strange rule that's been introduced that even players can't wrap their heads around. And then when we look to NRL, they've also experienced some rule changes, but it's sort of done things the other way. It has literally sped up the game. And on the league, it seems like it's going to have quite a big impact. They're saying that they want less stoppages, more unpredictability, and increased excitement for fans. I'm sorry, I think they need to copy that theory and apply it over to the AFL. In rugby league, it's going to be a huge demand on the players. The fact that they will be stopping less now means they don't get a chance to catch their breath quite as much. It's going to be a lot more physically demanding on them. But honestly, I feel sometimes, during the AFL, while you're waiting for them to take that kick after they've marked it or after a free kick's been issued, you could make a cup of coffee and come back and they still haven't kicked the damn ball. So it will be interesting to see how that one rolls out this year, and maybe AFL can take a leaf out of NRL's book. And finally, this morning, Australia will be playing the final 3 T20s against New Zealand in Wellington in empty stadiums. Thank you very much to a 7-day lockdown that's happening in Auckland. And apparently the squad actually talked about boycotting it on Friday, but it was eventually moved to Wellington, and everyone seems to be happy with it, with the fact that no one will be attending the match and it will just be televised.
And you can hop on board the Sports Express again tomorrow morning with Courtney on the Breaky Flow. Listen out to Court on the Breaky Flow between 6 and 9 tomorrow morning. And of course, the Flow Man will be in the chair between 9 and midday, and Jason with the Country Viewpoint from midday to 3 p.m. It's all part of our changes here at Flow at the moment. And the Sports Fix, we'll be back again tomorrow from 5 o'clock. Don't forget, you can go to the website flownews24.com.au, Flow News and the number 24.com.au. Check on the podcast, have a read of some of the articles, the sporting articles that the guys are putting up there, or the team, I should say, that are putting up there, and have a listen to the podcast. Enjoy the podcast, catch up on those bits. And if you'd like to be a part of the show, as we've said before, if there's a sport happening in your area, we were only talking about badminton earlier today. For what reason? Well, I'm not really sure. But is there badminton and you think it should be covered? Then let us know. Get in touch with us. Send us an email, news@flowfm.com.au, or maybe a message via our Facebook page, FlowFM Australia. There's lots of sports out there. We love it and we want to be a part of it with you and share it with you and hear your thoughts on that as well. So get involved and get in touch with us and be a part of the Sports Fix. We'll be back on the Sports Fix tomorrow from 5. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. We'll talk soon.